Hello, thank you for tuning in. I haven't been making a lot of YouTube videos lately, and I just wanted to chime in and come up with something that is hopefully encouraging or relatable to other people out there, especially other creative people out there. Sometimes I struggle. I guess not sometimes. Recently, I've been struggling frequently with worrying about what's happening in our country with all the bad shit going on. And I mean, this has definitely been on my mind my whole young adult life since becoming aware of like the troubles of the world, but it does definitely seem to be more extreme as of lately. And I know that some of that is heightened because of, social media and the internet and everybody echoing and vamping up everybody else's opinions. But I also think at the same time that it's being exacerbated by social media. It's also more fucked up in general without social media existing. But anyway, that is all. It's very hard to be a creative person and work on my art while also worrying about like the state of the world. And I hope it doesn't sound crazy that I'm saying this, but I'm sure that like every artist, regardless of their beliefs, struggles with this at some point, where I wonder if what I'm doing isn't important enough because of all the bad things that are happening in the world. I want to say that, like, I don't think that I'm unimportant. I feel like the meaning of life is to, like, enjoy life and to be happy, and, helping other people to enjoy life and be happy is important also, because I do truly believe that helping others become happy is intrinsically valuable to oneself as well. Like, it's a positive feedback loop. The work that I create, I hope, impacts other people positively. I do get messages from people who follow my stuff and they say like, oh yeah, I had a really bad day at work today, but then I logged on to your Patreon or whatever and it brought a smile to my face. And obviously, as Rick Rubin once said, the audience comes last. So it's not that I'm doing everything that I do for the audience. I've been trying my damnedest in the last couple of years to steer my ship of creativity towards the type of creativity that makes me happy. And I'm not going to abandon like the introductory topic, but I am going to bring it around full circle, I promise. And anyway, so I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm not. The things in the past that I was doing that were not making me happy were creating custom videos. Sorry to the people watching this who I made custom videos for in the past. Creating something salacious just for one individual, that just gets deleted off of my hard drive and I don't watch it again later. It's just like, okay, Jimmy John, fake name, sent me $100 for a butthole video, for example. And yeah, sure, I've made videos like that for individuals and sent it to them, and I was making quite a business doing that for a while. But at a certain point, I'm just like, it feels like a chore. It does not feel creative, and it feels like I'm not like moving towards anything beyond like just putting money in my pocket by hustling for these custom videos. And so much effort was going into hustling that it just felt like a means to an end, you know what I mean? Like I'm an experienced freelance model and full-time lifelong dedicated creative person, and I have quality gear. So I've been spending more time and effort and thought recently into just doing things that make me happy. For example, a couple weeks ago, I hired a makeup artist to come over to my place and we made something really awesome. It was a 1920s creative inspired flappers makeup with like really cool feather like on my head and like a sparkly dress, and I shot it myself, self-portraits, and it was fucking awesome. And it didn't make me any money. In fact, I spent money hiring the makeup artist and purchasing the outfit and everything, but it was rewarding for me, and I documented the process and I shared it everywhere and stuff. But that's just one example of feeding my own cup, that I hope the energy that like I feel, the positive energy that I feel by creating things that are beautiful, that I enjoy creating, is hopefully going to be magnetic and bring more of that feeling into my life. I truly do believe that. And as creative independents in the world, I do believe that everybody out there that is doing anything creative, whether you're a musician or a cartoonist or a painter or a photographer or a model, or a self-portrait artist or an author, like your work is important. Like regardless of what the subject topic is, of course, if it's not like promoting hate or like anything that's harmful to society, like what you're doing is important because you are fueling your own love and desire, and the people who are consuming it, that enjoy consuming your type of art, feel better afterwards. Like when you listen to your favorite band, how do you feel? Like you listen to your favorite band when you're driving to put you in a better mood, right? Like you want to feel something. So when people are listening to music or like watching a movie, like all of that they're consuming is art. And would your life be different if there was no art? So what I'm creating is entertainment, and art, whatever you want to put me in category wise. I do a lot of stuff. I make creative videos, I make comedy skits, I write books, I produce a documentary, but I'm not here to just like brag or talk about all the stuff that I've created over the last 20 years of my creative career. I'm just saying, like, I can't just stop doing it because I'm like panicking like internally about the state of the country. I do want to say that like it's very saddening, but it's important to keep on keeping on. When my mom died of cancer a couple of years ago, like I didn't quit creating. I didn't skip a day of posting. And it was hard to do, but I knew that my mom wouldn't want me to let my head fall underwater. I wanted to keep my head above water for the sake of, just like being the strong person that my mom raised me to be. I gotta give my dad props too. I love my dad. He's a very strong dude. Some of the stuff that he believes in, I disagree with, but I love my dad. So don't get me wrong there. Love you, Dad, if you're watching this. Anyway, so that's kind of what I came here to say. I did give a tiny recap of the stuff that I've done recently. What else have I done? Oh, yesterday, my two good friends, Zoe West and Shantia, got together, and Shantia body painted Zoe and I, and we rolled in paint together and flung it on the walls and on the floor, and it was the coolest, most amazing thing ever. And I'm definitely going to be releasing the behind the scenes content and the final photos of that very soon. So unfortunately it's like not safe for work, so you're not going to be able to enjoy it here on YouTube or on the safe for work platform that you might be watching my life update video on. But it will be out there, if you know what I mean. What else have I done lately? I went to South Utah again for Christmas break because, like, my family relationship with the family that I have in town has been a little bit strained. My sister kind of wanted to do the holidays on her own, so, just sister tensions stuff. So Travis and I decided to go to Utah, and we created like just awesome art out there. Like, he photographed me, we flew the drone, and I've got tons of drone content that I'm hoping to release soon. And I've just been, you know, doing what I want lately. My New Year's resolution is to do more of what I want and less of what I don't want. Speaking of that, the last few months, I believe I've mentioned this in the recent past. If you follow me on Instagram, I've definitely been venting about this, but in the recent past, I've been traveling, you know, every month to different cities for modeling work. And in November, I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've also been to Washington, D.C. over the winter, and then I went to Denver a few weeks ago, and I'm going to be going to Boston in a couple of weeks, and all of those cities are cold as shit. Like, it snowed both when I was in Charlotte and D.C. and Denver, and it's just like I'm going to all these cold studios and like freezing my ass off for bookings that I hustled my ass off to get. And I've just come to the realization that I live in Phoenix, Arizona now. Like photographers that want to shoot outdoors could be coming to Phoenix, and I could be taking them to beautiful locations that I know of, nature locations outside, because it's warm enough through the winter to shoot outside here. Like, I've been doing it all month and it's January still. So for next winter, my plan is to stay in Phoenix and take photographers to nature locations instead of me flying to cold ass cities and freezing my ass off, and like barely getting any sleep and like losing my routine. And so that's my plan. I've already been scouting tons of awesome locations like rock formations and cool like vista overlooks in the Superstition Mountains, and I found like a hike that has a bunch of quartz rocks on it, and I'm going to be looking at a waterfall hike pretty soon. And not everything is a hike. Some of it is like you can drive kind of right up to it, but you got to do it early in the morning, just to make sure that there's not too many passerbys around. Anyway, so that's really exciting, and I'm loving all the exploration and just being outside in the sunshine. Speaking of routine, I am working on growing my strength. I've been working out at a gym, and it's definitely been challenging for me. It makes me feel like when I was in high school and our PE class had like weights and stuff for us to do, and my classmates made fun of me because I was barely strong enough to lift the 35-pound bar. But at this gym that I'm going to, it's very like, you know, it's class driven, and I would say it's like 80% guys going there, like big muscular guys, but there are other women there too, and everybody's kind of like at a different strength level. I'm definitely the weakest person at most of the classes that I go to, but nobody has like made me feel like I don't belong there, and I haven't felt like awkward or anything like that. So in the course of time that I've been there, I've gained 2 pounds of muscle. So working on growing that butt, getting stronger, and like promoting healthy bones and musculature for my future. So I will be posting a before and after, because of course I took before pictures so that after I'm done, or at least after I've gained the glute muscle that I have hoped to gain, I will be sharing before and after. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you are on one of my spicy platforms, you're gonna see what happens next.